Well, here we go. We're going to get a look at Damien Cook's goal kicking early, or at least a place kick. 8 years since he took a shot at goal. Super Saturday is underway. The Rabbitohs and the Tigers. And it will be for Nuabole to take the first run of the day. Rabbitohs have had a good recent run against the Tigers and hoping to continue that today. They've won 3 straight and 7 of the past 8 and 25 of 42 all time. Tukamanu needs a big start for the Tigers. They were timid last week against Cronulla. There were some mistakes early as well, so we monitor their form early in this one. Benji wanted them to get into the grind. John Bateman tackled short of halfway there. Talon De Silva is starting hooker today, on to the veteran Clemmer. And the Tigers in their opening set have moved into the Rabbitohs half. They say the feels like temperature is around about 8 degrees today, and wind gusts up to 44 k's an hour when I last checked just before kickoff. So if you time your kick, might end up in the water. Rabbitohs on their own 30.
Well, it can be difficult kicking with the breeze. Not so much from the other side of halfway, but when you get down and you need those touch kicks, it can be very difficult to get it on the spot you want to. And then we know how tough it is when you're kicking into the wind.
So Tallis Duncan take a run. Big day for him. First day in the starting side. Jake Ray almost through the tackle of Solomon Fatapie there. And the Rabbitohs 40 away from the line. Kepi, the talents of Jai Gray, 6th game. He's a tackle buster. He's a mover. The Rabbitohs fullback. Back to Jack Whiten. Bomb from 30 metres out. Pullers underneath fence. That's a good catch.
There we go. That kick got caught on the breeze and it just floated back into the in-goal area. Buller was there. 7 tackles set now to the Tigers.
We've actually tied Matt Russell down on the sideline to the fence so he doesn't blow away. Good afternoon, Matt.
Andrew, Greg, good afternoon. Yeah, really cold sideline. Don't let these sunny shots fool you. Feel like temperature 8 degrees, really windy. I'm with you, Brandy. Hard to determine who it is aiding. If anything, it's blowing in from Brisbane water, in from behind South Sydney at this stage.
So Tigers' second use of the ball. Clever driven back. Able to offload for Galvin. Straight away he puts a bit of stepping on. Duncan is there with Walker. A second offload for the Tigers. And lost. There's an appeal that it may have been touched by the Bunnies. Samuela Finu there. Big day for that family, isn't that?
Well, it is. 3 boys. Sione, Latu and Samuela.
Decide 3
Tigers
minutes.
are challenging the decision of first knock on by them.
Playing the challenge card inside 3 minutes. I do hope for their sake the Tigers get the challenge.
Well, if they don't, it's a sign of desperation very early in the piece. If they're not...
The ball is clearly taken possession by the Tigers. Cody Walker then plays at the ball and knocks it out, knocking the ball on. The challenge by the Tigers is successful.
Jeez,
well, it's successful.
In some cases, it's just a loose carry.
Ready?
Walker reaching out. But we can live with that one, and the Tigers successful with the challenge.
Well, it's up to the determination of the bunker. Did he play at the ball, or did he just make contact incidentally? Well, he's awarded it the Tigers' way, said he played at the ball and knocked it on.
So the Tigers get an opportunity.
We could debate that for a while.
Well, I'm happy to move on a Saturday afternoon. It's too early to get into a fight with you. Utoi Kamanu with the ball, 35 metres out. Talon De Silva to Galvin. Oh, Caesar got a high ball. He did well. Pulled it in off his right ear. Aiden Caesar. Tigers are 30 metres away from the Rabbitohs line. Back infield, Clemmer. Gee, Galvin's getting a lot of touches early in the game. In just his 15th start. 25 away. Caesar sweeps onto the right. And Buller, a one-on-one tackle is a good one there from Tane Milne. Last tackle, Tigers. Galvin is the kicker. Places it over in the corner. Total Tigers have knocked it forward clearly. And that will be a Bunnies ball and 7 tackle set.
Well, the outside chase thought Caesar was kicking the ball. They then had to regroup, go backwards, so to get themselves back on side for the Lockie Galvin kick. They got to the ball. There was no drama in that.
And
Now Lely just knocks it, and give up the penalty.
Now that is disappointing, isn't it? The Tigers, just attention to detail there. Would have been nice to keep the Bunnies pinned in their half, but Jack Whiten's going to put them inside Tigers territory. What a contrast. We're saying about Galvin. 16th game today, he comes up against Jack Whiten. 256 games under his belt. Cody Walker, 204 games. Souths are 10 metres inside the Tigers' half. Cook with it. For Moali, tries to roll over the top of defenders there. An improving front rower, Davey Moali. Now South Sydney get on the front foot. Glowmatungi there. They're flat left, they're a little deeper right. That's where Walker is. They go left side. Jack Whiten pushing it along. And suddenly the Tigers' defence under enormous pressure. Cheekham to play it. Cook to Whiten. The call is to keep coming. That's the way they go. Walker on to Kenner. And Galvin there with help. Fainu and Dewey. Last tackle, Bunnies out in front of Walker. Forces him to run. It's been touched and then lost. And a penalty to South Sydney. He thinks with the goal-kicking duties and about the 5th choice, they'll probably tap and run.
Damien!
Well,
Damien!
he's the kicker. He can do what he wants.
He's not looking at the post, Brandy. He's not looking at the posts. He turned his back to them. Big charge, Kepi. Goal post also played a role there. Fans still streaming into the stadium here. And as they arrive, it's all red and green on the Tigers' line. Left side. And a charging onto it. That's a little too easy for the Rabbitohs. Goal line defence. It's as if they didn't see Moali sweeping around onto the left. They just weren't prepared.
Well, they were game their first set of defence, the Tigers. They were able to withhold the Bunnies, but not the penalty. And then another set of 6 on their line, Davey Moali. Boy, he's a hard man to stop that close to the line. What a powerful front rower he is, Davey Moali. He's been playing some good footy too over the last month and a half in this run that they've had, run of wins. Of course, ending last week against the Dolphins, but Moali and Sean Kepi have been doing a great job up front as the starters. Picks out Dream Buller. No chance to stop someone built like Davey Moali.
I reckon he's got a few tries in him, actually. He's only played half a dozen tests for the Cook Islands, got a couple of tries at international level, did it the last World Cup over in the UK. I think Wayne Bennett's going to like working with his young
Well, you just saw him explode onto the ball then, Andrew. Like, he's got some speed. For a front rower, very stocky, but quick over the ground.
Chuck Totola back into the front row rotation. It's pretty strong in that area. Here is Cook, first kick in 8 years. It's a shame.
Time off.
I will say he struck it better than both Cody and Tane Milne last week. So there's hope there for Cookie.
He tugged it a bit left. Matt Russell sideline.
Both teams stung by the words of their coaches last week, man. As we look at Davey Moali plough his way into the in-goal. Benji Marshall apologised for an embarrassing performance against Cronulla. As for Ben Hornby, he said we dipped our toe in against the Dolphins. Well, that's the way to jump into this game. Davey Moali surging over first.
Actually, Damien Cook, when he last kicked in 2016, actually kicked his first 7 shots. He was successful with his first 7, missed his 8th, and that's where the cue was put in the rack, and now he's missed his 9th. So Whiten, I hope it's not a factor for their sake today. The Rabbitohs 2 weeks in a row. Kepi on the run back. Now Cook. If your finals life is on the line, do you almost play? You know, is there a goal kicker in the club, an outside back or someone? Do they almost pick designated kicker? Nice run. Cook up on the advantage line. Walker pushing up in support. Some danger signs here for the Tigers' defence if they get a little fragile early. 3 weeks in a row they've conceded 40 or more. It doesn't read well.
Well, that was Tallis Duncan who got that started for South Sydney with a terrific run.
Walker, a stab kick, perfectly weighted, has to be played at. Charlie Staines with the ball. He's going nowhere. He's in the rabbit trap. And it's a line drop out for the west side.
Smart play by Cody Walker. Just kept it out of the breeze. Just lobbed it over the top of the defensive line. Let the roll of the ball do the rest. Into some open space there. Split 3 players. That not easy to do. Beautiful little touch kick there from Cody Walker. But a good set from South. Some danger signs here for the Tigers' defence.
The wind could do anything if it gusts up here on a line dropout. It's just going to break the play, and he's gone too far though there. Dewey didn't give his teammates a chance, and Whiten with it. South's 15 away, all the territory advantages with them. Kepi, another imposing hit up there. Front rowers have started well. Cook, they go short again. Moali's got a little look at the line for a second occasion. Now Cook spreads it. Look out. Walker's dancing through a good old pass back in field. Kaloamatangi with a clean-up work. Souths of 15 from the Tigers line. That is tackle number 4. Cook to Whiten, and then for Gray. He does everything at speed. He got hammered there. Last tackle. And Milne, is he going to have to kick? Well, he got to kick in. Took a deflection. And the Rabbitohs, Cody Walker. I think Cody was meant to be the recipient, but it ended up with Milne as the kicker. Tane Milne, a try assist.
And Cody reacted to that, didn't he? You're right, Tane Milne, there's no way he was meant to end up with the ball on the last play, but he did. And he looked to pass it. Well, Cody was a little bit too wide. Somehow got his foot to the ball. It set up nicely. Cody Walker, as he reacts to everything, such an instinctive player. Realised that Tane was going to put it somewhere. I mean, he didn't had no idea where. I'll just move forward, as he did on the little play with Damien Cook earlier, where he just kept pushing up. Cook made half a bust, put Cody into space. Great start.
Harvey Norman replay from every angle shows the elation of Cody Walker. Now at 34. There's another one. He'll be working again underway in Bennett next year. But if they are to mount some sort of amazing run towards the finals, Walker has to be a key figure. Over to Cook. Almost same position. Little closer in. He's done it. Damien Cook. First successful goal since Malcolm Turnbull was Prime Minister. And it is the Rabbitohs 10, the Tigers 0, 11 and a half minutes into the contest.
Well, that's good enough for me. They don't have to look for a kicker now. We struck the first one all right, as we like to see Cody Walker do it again. Perfect bounce. Gave Dream Buller no chance. Just couldn't get forward quickly enough to shut it off.
Let's face it, it wouldn't be easy for any kicker today in these conditions. You can channel Hazem El Masri, some of the amazing kicks he did in the wind.
Come on.
So, Tigers have given a fair start.
That's really too big.
Well, there you go. This is a little bit like the Fox Sports coverage of the Open Championship. The back nine overnight was brutal. And the wind would get up and a minute later would be coming from a different direction. Well, Dewey's just got the spinnaker up on this one.
Well, that all of a sudden, yeah, it's definitely been coming from the south more often, but right as he kicked the ball, it's flipped and come from the north.
Well, that's not a good sign. Matty Russell did say that it was more favouring South Sydney in this first half.
Play on, captain.
Oh my goodness, that's a horror show there. What was that?
Up in square
They're with it
now.
on halfway, the Rabbitohs. They weren't prepared to risk kick for sideline. Now Moali. We've certainly got the platform laid by their number 8 and their number 10. Now Walker on to Duncan. You've got Duncan and Gray wearing the white headgear like beacons there. For Kaloamatangi. Well, this is becoming relentless, really. To have this field position, the Rabbits, and the possession flow. 2 tries already. Yet another hit up from Moa. Last tackle, Rabbitohs. I said, where's Mill? Well, there's an unusual pass from Cody Walker. Could he have thrown it any lower, Brandy?
Well, he actually turned his body to throw a right-to-left pass on his left and right. I don't know why he swung his back around to the defence to throw that pass. The execution was, I think it was pulled in beautifully. Like,
yes,
along the ground.
Just a skill tester to try and take, but all good on the scoreboard for the Rabbitohs. Start to Super Saturday, 13 minutes gone. They've had 70% of the ball. They've completed 7 sets. Tigers send a warning shot of their own there. They need a bit of possession here. Good to see De Silva though go on that sort of run early. That'll boost his confidence. Galvin another kick. Didn't want to be there's taken on the toe and a full. Samuel Faidu, rather than catch it, has gone the degree of difficulty. Try and kick it over the top. Brandy, please explain.
No, I can't do that, Andrew. I don't know why Samuel. He just thought, well, I'll take the odds to it. Maybe I get lucky and somehow it gets over the South's defence and we play on.
Some prospects of a Central Coast Mariners contract went out the window as it went into the crowd. Rabbitohs with the ball. Cheekham. Back up to the 40-metre line. Now for Cook. Pushing up at first receiver. 15 tackle busts already in the career of Jai Gray. Then Cologne tackle. That's a little too easy. He just brushed away from defenders there. Pass play. This looks like an 8th completed set for the Rabbits. Whiten with a bomb to the corner of Staines. It bounces. Oh, that's a good bounce for the Tigers, that.
I was wondering then if Charlie Staines was going to allow that to bounce, because the way the ball was travelling, it would have been unfortunate to bounce backwards. The breeze, again, behind South Sydney on that kick just takes it dead. I think you're better off putting it up in the air and forcing Dream Ball to come forward, all the wingers to come forward to catch the ball. Might be a little harder.
Tigers having won a captain's challenge earlier. They're also 100% completion rate early. Across to Buller. Tries to round the defence there. Walker, good tackle. Quick play the ball. And Adui's on the marks for the Tigers. It was first played for the Rabbitohs in the NRL in 2018. And that's a great run to Silva. Back to Galvin. Two of the kindergarten players for the Tigers with respect. De Silva, 19 years of age, 7th career game, sets it up for the 18-year-old Lachlan Galvin.
Yeah, they are the youngsters from this Tigers side, and there's plenty of them out there, the teenagers, and De Silva's threatened to do this. Well, he's threatened to do it a couple of times now. He almost got himself into the backfield on their last set. It was a good run out of dummy half. No line break, but that one, he opens them right up through the middle. Tallis Duncan with his back to the defence, steps inside Damien Cook, takes him wide, realises Tallis Duncan was out of play and just gets the ball to Lachie Galvin. Jai Gray read it. He read the pass. De Silva could have thrown a dummy and waltzed over himself, but great dummy half play there from Talon De Silva.
I'll take some license here. That's one of the highlights of the season for the Tigers. De Silva in the space of 2 minutes, 2 runs straight through the defence. What an encouraging sign for them. This young fella, 7th game of first grade. Benji Marshall said pre-game here on Fox League, opportunity knocks with Coruscant out. Matty Russell sideline.
Yeah, without Coruscant, West Tigers have lost all 4 games, but a second start for Talon De Silva. He finds Lachie Galvin. The 2 19-year-olds combined. Very much generation next at the Tigers. Both of them signed until the end of 2026.
Galvin has another try in first grade, now 4. Good feeling for the Tigers fans there, having conceded the opening 2 tries of the match. Back to centre halfway off the boot of Damien Cook. Goes shallow. Almost in a no man's land there. No Tiger was going to catch it on the full. As Galvin has turned 19 in the past week, so they are both 19, but still the figure is 5 teenagers in this Tigers side, this Tigers squad today. Now, Kamanu, oh, rumbling over the top of Tane Milne, which isn't easily done. He was almost trampled there, Tane. Clemmer, Galvin, Galvin's pass was short, and the straight run of Fainu.
That was a good tackle from Cody Walker. Wrapped the ball up there on Samuel Fainu. Alan Dewey set restart for the Tigers.
This is good.
Fainu has a good ability to get a pass away, so Walker's tackle was a beauty, wrapping the arms up.
This is a really good bounce back from the Tigers after those first 2 tries. They're 20 metres away. De Silva, Caesar, Bateman, Fend, away from one. Galvin another touch. Able to offload. Buller's now got the ball. The Tigers are just 5 metres away. Another quick play the ball from Buller. De Silva's got over. I tell him De Silva is having an afternoon to remember. He's writing his own headline here. And the Tigers have made it 10-all.
Fossey, the set started back over the other side of halfway with Stefano Uto Ikamanu just trampling over South's defenders, and they were on the front foot from that moment on. They shifted the ball left a couple of times. Fainu was wrapped up by Cody Walker. There's Jordan Buller getting past a couple of South players around the ruck, and then the speed of the play, the ball gave them no hope. They were stuck on their line. Cody Walker had just turned around as he had Talon De Silva coming at him. No chance to make the tackle. A very good set from the West Tigers. Had the Bunnies on the back foot and were good enough to make the most of it.
This is brilliant from Talon De Silva. We say it so many times, rugby league is flying, and these young players coming through. Get to know this kid. Yes, he's behind Appy Coruscant, but he is saying, I am ready today. Third run, and he's cut the South Sydney defence open in all 3 runs. This is for the lead after being down 10-0. We're better than a point a minute if he kicks it. And Caesar has done it. Doesn't quite put it out of the ground, but the Tigers are in front by 2. Cody Walker is on report as well. This is for the tackle on Galvin.
Oh, just a little forearm to the head as he was on the ground. Lockie Galvin reacted to that, as you would. And there's Talon De Silva again. Andrew, the South defence has looked ratty, and it's looked like it did prior to their run of 5 wins. South, the big improvement in South over the last month and a half has been their defence. It didn't look good over the last 10 minutes. Bit of possession the Tigers' way, got them on the back foot. A lot of missed tackles already.
There you go, massive wind gust. It just came up just as Damien was about to move in there. Blew it off the kicking team. But again, Damien's going shallow. He's gone the 40-metre range on his kickoffs. Big run. Oh, there's trouble. Kenner's been left behind here. Richard Kenner's in awful strife. He was run over the top of. And I hate to say it, but that might be his day done.
Okay. Just got squeezed up in between Tallis Duncan and the ball carrier, Stefano.
Yeah, down he goes in for the count. It'll be hard to see Richard Kenner remaining on the field here, which will necessitate a bit of surgery for them in the back line.
Where the Chi Cam goes out and plays in the centres, they could bring Liam LeBlanc on and play in the back row.
You know, I think I don't want to preempt things, or maybe I do. I saw Marmazelis jump to his feet. Damien Cook doesn't go to centre, does he, Brandy? You've got a bit of history there.
Yeah, well, he played.
Well, there you go. Marmazelis is running out there.
He played in the centres for South Sydney. I reckon about 6 weeks ago. Damien Cook.
There was no suggestion of any other play coming on there. The call came from the South Sydney coaches box, which is directly beside us where we're broadcasting from here on Fox League, and it was.
Thought I read their lips. Put Cook to centre.
We will see. Hello, that's a false start.
Someone said anything, lads. Wait for the whistle.
Dallas Duncan. There was no whistle.
Tackle 1.
That's a dress rehearsal.
Go, 1. Yardage.
So play resumes. Matty Russell will chase up any news, but it may be out of the hands of the South Sydney doctor. It may be a Category 1 there for Kenner. Now Fanua Bolle, try scorer when these sides last clashed, which was Tamworth last year. That feels like an eternity ago. And now for Clemmer. Into Marmazellis there. And Duncan. So it is Cook lining up at right centre in his 200th game, in his milestone game. He's goal kicker and right centre for the Bunnies. Last tackle, Tigers, Caesar.
In the middle.
This one will hold up in the breeze. Good luck, Joe Gray. It's batted back. Tigers on the toe. Talent to Silver, why not? Everything he touches turns to gold at the moment. He just hacked it across field.
Tackle's complete.
That would have been, well, that would have just about done it for Talon De Silva. He could retire today with an amazing first 20 minutes. It wouldn't have taken much, watch the replay box, for this to end up a third Tigers try. Beautiful pass. Rabbitohs have turned the ball over, and the Tigers are on a roll. Kamanu hoping for an offload. Well, he's bounced back from a poor performance last week. He's going fantastic here. Caesar for Bolle, lovely football. Right in the centre. The Tigers almost a third try. John Burgess was left on the deck for the Rabbits there. De Silva, Caesar, Tape with the ball. Fended away there from the winger Johnston. 3 tackles down Tigers. Bateman, Caesar, and Clemmer off the leg of Galvin. Play on for the Tigers. Out for Dewey. A fend off Cook. Dewey away from another. Then kept alive. Oh, for Bolle. This is a chocolate wheel, this game. This is spin the wheel stuff as to what could happen next.
Well, South Sydney were the first to make the error. The Tigers throwing the ball around like they need a try now. Bolle just taking his eyes off it. And unfortunate there. Unfortunate, they are beating South Sydney defenders. Initial contact from the Bunnies just isn't good enough at the moment. That's why Souths are looking so dangerous.
Both teams went from 8 from 8 completion rates, making their first errors of the day in the last 90 seconds. So Souths with the ball, but most entertaining. A great start to Super Saturday as Burgess on the run. Up over the 30-metre line. Zealous and G-Cam, I think most would have thought G-Cam would go straight out into the centres, but not to be. Now Koloamatangi, Walker just drops it off. And Tallis Duncan up over halfway. Had some good numbers off the bench last week for the Rabbitohs against the Dolphins, Tallis Duncan. Last play, good quick play to ball by Burgess. Walker's left footer, Chaser's getting through to the corner. And Laula Le'i with the ball in his 3rd game in the NRL. So good little period this for the Tigers, and they've got themselves in front. Galvin for the stats. When South Sydney have led at half-time against the Tigers, they go on with a job. In fact, the last 14 times they've led at half-time, they've gone on to win against the West Tigers. Can't be any more dominant than that. For Galvin. On the field, a pretty good tackle there by Kippy, just throwing him down one-on-one. Galvin with the ball, last tackle. Fa'atape now looked up, only a South player in his line of sight, and the kick down to Jai Gray to come back. I don't think it's far from Jai Gray opening up our defence here. If they don't come up in a straight line, he can make them look silly. Johnston with the ball. Two very exciting fullbacks on show today. Gray and Jareen Buller.
Two great movers, completely different, but two very good players to watch.
Well, Marmazella saw he had Bateman offside there. I say they were unlucky and then they got lucky. I thought...
He was good, Talon wasn't. Rabbitohs feed.
There you go, Matty Russell sideline.
Yeah, the head knock symptoms from Richie Kenner have been deemed Category 1. So for the next 55 minutes, it appears that Damien Cook is a goal-kicking centre.
Okay. Rabbitohs scrum feed 5 metres inside the Tigers half.
Make sure we pack in. Heads in.
Walker, right side of the scrum, as is Whiten. You'd have to think that's a giveaway.
Head in, Peter, tell us.
The two main men on the right, and of course they come the left. A little bit of rope-a-dope from the Rabbits. Milne with it. It was actually a rather boring play from the scrum from the Rabbits. Ooh, that ball almost over the shoulder of Koloamatangi. So they scored the first 2 tries, Souths, and then conceded the next 2. Both these sides leaked plenty of points last week. Burgess, 21 away. Amazelis. And Koloamatangi, quick hands, but not two-hand. Johnson on the bounce. Oh, he almost went the foot down Cody Walker. Now Whiten with it. Rabbitohs back to centre field with Cheekham. This is last tackle. They're in a position to kick left or right. Not last tackle yet. With the offload. Now last tackle, and the kick surely will come to the right side. Although Milne says, I've got a one-hander. Otone Milne. He's fooled absolutely everyone. You're not going to find that in the Rugby League manual, that pass. It's almost a little quarterback screen pass here from Tane Milne.
Well, he just did what he had to do, didn't he? It was unorthodox, but it worked. Tane Milne down that left side, and the right side winger, Charlie Staines, and the centre Fatape were mesmerised by Tane Milne. Looking like he was going to go back on the inside. Cody Walker getting himself set, dummy, just picked the ball up. Charlie Staines had come up very quickly to try and shut things down because Jack White was swinging around from the open side. There's Jack White, and that's what caused Charlie Staines to leave his wing and leave Alex Johnston unmarked. And Tane Milne was good enough just to read that. Saw an unmarked Alex Johnston on the outside. Could only get the ball to him with a little push, overhead push. That was good enough.
Look at that, 194 tries now.
Well, he gone a month before last week, went a month without scoring because Cody was locked in on the right side.
Yeah, well, I thought Tane Milne owed Alex Johnson that. Cook, you picked him early, Brandy. He likes his left side. Another successful conversion, and the Rabbitohs are up by 4. Well,
the Tigers travelling so well and just get themselves in a situation there.
Well, this has got 50 or 60 points written on it this game. Lovely little post-try celebration. Alex Johnston.
It's an overs game.
Yes. No, I thought Milne, when I was watching some of that game last week against the Dolphins, I was thinking if Tane Milne stays left centre, it might take him 3 years to get past Ken Irvine because Tane wasn't having the best of nights. And then Jack Whiten swept in, and Milne went decoy, and suddenly Johnson was unlocked. And Milne today has served up a pitch. Alex Johnston is back. 20 metres away from the South Sydney line. So working hard, their front row. Sean Kepi, 6th run of the day. Mawali started with half a dozen runs as well in the try. Those have Saliba Havili coming back from injury today as well. He's missed their last 4 matches. Souths are inside the Tigers half. Played by Koloamatangi. Gray again up in the front line, pushing up. You don't want to be a tired or fatigued defender there. Whiten, cut out ball for Milne, doesn't pass, and he goes back into off Kirsty. He's gone back into his form of a week ago.
Made it tough for him. It did make it tough for him. They threw the ball to him on the 5th.
That's true.
With plenty of Tigers defence in front of him. Not much else for Tane to do there.
Lalali'i with the ball for the Tigers. We saw him score a try on debut against the Raiders a few weeks back there at Campbelltown. Galvin, nice little push along. Fainu is always a threat. Now Dewey inside the South Sydney half. Great to have Adam back, fit and healthy. Dylan De Silva. Oh, little juggle there from Sione Fainu. And able to get through one, he left Marmazelis behind. Last tackle, Caesar. Ball up, very flat again. Fa'atape, Staines, still the last tackle. Fainu, back to Galvin. He just decides to fang it out wide. Lalali'i with the ball, will take on Cook, goes past him, round the corner. Razzle dazzle even from the Tigers. Seriously, they did spin the chocolate wheel that time.
Well, look out. You said that a tight defender around the ruck, Jai Gray, just getting in behind to play the ball there, but Lalali'i almost going, or doing enough to create a chance down that left touchline. The Tigers just throwing the ball around. A Lockie Galvin pass. It must have been a 30-metre crossfield effort.
They've had 4 offloads now, the Tigers. It could be the key to more breaking up of the Rabbitohs' defence. Last play, Rabbitohs. By comparison, this has been a little sedate the set. Rabbitohs getting ready to send Liam LeBlanc out there in his 3rd game. Kepi the man off. Tigers with Buller in slow motion at the back. Set starts inside their 20. 5 tries already in your Start to Super Saturday. All exclusive to Fox League. Knights and Broncos next. Storm and Roosters tonight. Enormous Saturday. He has a crack, doesn't he, Galvin? He doesn't just ease into any game we've seen him play. He's all over it. In fact, he's been a more dominant half today than Aidan Caesar. Last tackle, Tigers. De Silva now, short side, there's Galvin again, dummy, Fenn, and there's another kick, just fashion a kick. It's the 3rd time the Tigers have done it today, either off the deck or volleyed. It's the most unusual kicking game. In the meantime, Bateman's been down for the Tigers, loose ball, Rabbits. Bateman limping back into the fray now. Souths are inside their 20, but not for long. Johnston. Just a word of warning, he did score a hat-trick against the Tigers last time they played.
Great run, Jack Whiten.
And a quick play the ball on the end of it, Brandy, and that sets up the kick. Walker, not his deepest though. Probably could have peeled off an extra 20 there. Staines offloaded, Buller. Fa'atape with the ball for the Tigers. Oh, this is highly entertaining.
Well, great play there, Dream Buller and Charlie Staines.
Now the shift.
Slick passing.
Galvin and Caesar combine. Across to Dewey. Step off the left. Beats another. Adam Dewey channels back in field. Running, looking for support. Needed a Benji step off the right, I reckon. 29 away. And Fainu to take this charge. Another offload. De Silva with it. They are having a crack, the Tigers here. Fainu's pass. Caesar. Galvin loses it. Defence was big from Cook. Forced the error. South Sydney back with the ball.
Alex, don't work him, straighten up.
Completed and up over 90% until that lost ball. Milne with it. Souths are 15 of 16. The Tigers are 11 of 13.
Good defence, Cookie, in his 200th. Burgess.
Tom Burgess plows his way up over halfway. Now Cook moves into dummy half and able to make another 20 metres. That's 2 very big runs by 2 of their most experienced. Set restart into the bargain, their first of the day for South Sydney. Rabbitohs with a 4-point advantage. They may be looking at extending that in a moment in this set. Another set restart. LeBlanc with the ball. They only played a total of 28 minutes in the NRL. Going to the short side, Marmazelis. Gray was caught and absolutely swamped in the tackle. Rabbitohs still on for them. LeBlanc will take a charge at them. Fanu made the tackle. That was Sinuela. Still on for the Rabbits. Kaloa Matangi on play 4. Where is Walker? Where is Whiten? Walker is here on the left side. Drops it off there for Cheekham. Cheekham offload, kept alive. There's Whiten. Now Milne away from Johnston. AJ Colin Magic Johnston, he has scored a double.
Well, it was the offload from the South Sydney side that got things going. The Tigers had them covered with that left side play that they set up. Cody Walker, Jack Whiten. They were up to the task, but the offload caught them short down the extreme edge. Walker and Whiten looking to combine, but Cheekham takes the lead run pass, and then Jack Whiten just throws the dummy just to hold the defence up a bit, and Tane Milne again combining. Tane, another one, another ball from Tane Milne.
So he's got, that's his 3rd try assist of the first half. He's got 1 off the kick and 2 off the pass to Alex Johnston. Tane Milne.
That's right, the kick. I forgot about the kick.
So Johnston goes to 195 tries, 19 of them against the West Tigers in 17 matches. Alex Johnston, multiple try games now, 54. He holds that record himself, ahead of Ken Irvin. Amazing stuff. Alex Johnston. Well, this is the toughest one now. Damien Cook. You want to back him in?
I like the way he struck the ball, Andrew. I'm going to back him in.
There we go. Cook can use the breeze, maybe aim out right upright. He goes. Yeah. Damien Cook. We have found the new golden boot.
Well, he's a goal-kicking centre.
It's been an 8-year secret.
Brandy, did the Dragons know they were buying a goal-kicking centre for next year? Damien Cook, magnificent from the sideline. Back-to-back doubles for Alex Johnston. As you mentioned, Vossi, 19 tries now against the Tigers. That's the most tries against any opposition club in the wonderful career of Alex Johnston.
Oh, there's the first one. The kick from Tane Milne caught everyone short. Everyone in the crowd too.
I said if they'd Cook kicking last week, they might have... I don't know whether they'd win, but he looks a better conveyance by some space than Walker and Milne.
Well, you wonder how they got a start.
That what you
last week.
do. David Cook must have been there. Gareth, come on. This is a G-up. Walk on a run. He's been quick to get involved in the action. So scoreline 22-12, 6 tries first half. Your Super Saturday try tally meter is ticking.
Oh, Liam LeBlanc, another very good one. He's been great since he's been on.
So the Rabbitohs, here he goes again. Jeez, well done. This is the young fellow who had heart surgery early season. It sounds dramatic. The kick out to the sideline. Staines doesn't want to play at it. It bounces up. Caesar's got the ball. Whiten's on to him. They were one-time teammates at the Raiders. Now Staines on the run. Meantime, Marmazelis has gone down for the Rabbit. Gee, he's in pain. Marmazelis is in a lot of pain. There it is. The ball passes him. Tigers with the ball. So Marmazelis onto the field for the early change of Richie Kennard. What do they do next if he was to go off the field? Cook may go back to hooker and they work something else out. Now 12 with the ball. 22-12 inside the final 2. De Silva and Galvin got them started. And the Levy's ball was not good. And this will give South Sydney one last chance in the first half. Trying to get some sort of heads up from the Rabbitohs coach's box if there's a trick shot they want to put on here. It's rather zealous. That's way back 35 metres out from the Tigers line. We'll try and get him to play out the half. And there you go. He fell in open. We hate seeing that when a player just goes down in open pasture. That was the case for Marmazelis. It's not the knee, though. It's the ankle. And now he's strapped up like an old trotter.
You ready? Go, no tackles.
So, Rabbitohs, have they got something up their sleeve in what should be their last possession of the half? Milne coming in for a run over the 40-metre line. It's quite amazing, Tane Milne, 3 try assists in the first half. Time off again, he's walked off the mark.
Go back. Go back. Stay square.
How far back?
Go, 2.
That'll do. Now for LeBlanc. It's his 5th carry of the ball. Right on halfway from Australian schoolboy. And the Rabbitohs, Kaloa Matangi for Walker. Here comes Whiten. Doesn't pass to Johnston. They're 30 metres out. Inside the final minute now. Johnston back in Cheekham. And in front of the posts on the last tackle. 25 metres out. We'll go to the left side with Walker. He's running it. Out for Milne. Kept it alive. Whiten a stab kick. Puller fields it. Tigers hang on. And with it in the corner. Now Staines to bring it back. Lara will catch up with one of the Stars as they come from the field. At half-time, Tape on the run, but again, it's been highly entertaining. It's impossible to predict what will happen next in this one based on the opening 40 minutes and the 6 tries scored. Tigers have had their moments. Puller with it, kept alive, right up to the 40th minute. And the final seconds, Lalali'i gets it back in field. Galvin, the Tigers, the Tigers! Jerome Buller has scored. What an exclamation mark on the first half. Down on the scoreboard. They've almost gone the length. The West Tigers. That is extraordinary stuff. From 35 out from their own line, Buller and Dewey. This young kid on the left wing plays it cool. Galvin and Buller. That is a great support play try. And a disappointed South Sydney coach, Ben Hornby's head went down seeing that. What a fillip for the Tigers to go to half-time in front of a big crowd here at Gosford. A slashing try from the West Tigers. They give every indication they're not going to die wondering today. The attack has created opportunities. We've had a first half of 7 line breaks. 4 of the Rabbitohs, 3 to the Tigers. Sides high completion rates, showing an ability to offload. Hold on to your hats, we may be in for a high-scoring second half. Caesar successful. What a first half. 40 points scored, and at the break, it is South Sydney 22, the West Tigers 18. Second half underway off the boot of Adam Dewey. An encouraging end of the first half from the Tigers. After a first half that produced 7 tries. And South Sydney, a little bit of adversity. Matt Russell will update us on their injury toll. Good to see Marmazelis back out there for the start of the second half, and the strapping is gone from the ankle. And the Rabbitohs have it 9 metres inside their own half. How daring will the Tigers be in their second half? They, you know, South may have 30 or more points, and the Tigers might have the same. Now Marmazelis, defence hasn't been high on the priority list, you could say. 40 missed tackles in the game so far. Last tackle for the Rabbits. Whiten's bomb. Breeze may have died a fraction. And the Tigers have their first possession 15 metres out from the line. Solid charge from Staines there. And across with Galvin. South's defence coming up with the tackle there. Good to see Lalali'i growing in confidence. He's had some moments in that first half. You know, some mistakes, but his role in the try just before halftime was superbly played. Now Twala's with it. Good carry up to halfway almost for Alex Twal. Last tackle, West Tigers. Talon De Silva away for Caesar. This is holding up. Jai Gray's with it. South Sydney with the ball for a second time in the half.
Well, I'm sure they got into the sheds at halftime and both spoke about defence. Matt, you're right. Obviously, they've got points in them. We saw that, a great example of that right on halftime there with the Tigers try to Dream Buller.
Offload from the Rabbits. There's been plenty of them today from both teams. It's ended up with Gagai. He hasn't had too many chances today. He makes the most of this one. Gagai is beaten 3 and 4. Bouncing around there. Rabbitohs with Cook. Set sail for the line. Damien Cook bounces like a bunny. Over the line, he's short of the line. Like there, set restart. Rabbitohs, Walker across to Milne. Back in field, another offload. Marmazelis with it. Still the arm being waved by referee Wyatt Raymond. Fast and furious, the set restarts. It may be bordering on sin, but if there's 3, G-Cam with the ball now.
Yeah, that's disappointing.
Oh my goodness,
that is disappointing.
What an anti-climax that is. He's looking for a friend to challenge. Anyone, someone.
He's convinced.
He's found
someone.
a friend. He's phoned a friend.
Challenge.
He's phoned a friend, and they
on.
will challenge. Is this the challenge of a man on tilt?
Man frustrated at the error. Oh. Talon De Silva.
Just looking to see if there's any stripping action by the Tigers.
Well, if we use the Walker one for the first
Sean
time.
Bateman with his left arm.
One from 3 Milne, 1 from 3 Walker. They scored 6 tries apiece with the Dolphins and lost. Today it's 4 tries to 3, and Cook with a chance to land his 4th goal. He can put it out on the road. Here it goes. Damien Cook hit it like a good one. He's put it up into the ibises, up in the palm trees. Let's go down to the sideline. Matt Russell.
That'll please Ben Hornby. He said to his team, we need to start the second half like we did the first. He was satisfied with the ball control. He said, we've got to stop the offloads. The second phase of the Tigers is causing us problems. As for Benji Marshall, he pointed out what his team was able to do with precious little ball in the first half and no penalties. The penalty count now 4-0 against Benji's men. He said the game is right there so long as we start this second half well.
24-18, and here is the impressive Liam LeBlanc bringing the ball back. He has been wound up, coming in off the bench. Now Burgess on the carry. Next point's important in this game now. Nice stepping from Cheekham. Over the 40-metre line. He played 6 seasons at the Tigers, Michael Cheekham, after starting at Manly. Ball this time. Tallis Duncan, as he so often does, he discards the headgear. It's pretty hard to work out. There's another offload. That was Kaloa Matangi to Duncan. He's a first half headgear wearer and then strips it off the second.
I tell you what else, he's a good mover. Good mover with the ball in his hands, Tallis Duncan.
Last tackle, Whiten, kick and run. And Buller, bit of a nothing kick that one. Buller with it. And the Tigers on their 10-metre line.
Yeah, we'd like to see a little bit more height to it. I know the wind can be tricky, but no chance for the Chase to get down on that one.
They never got that ball back, by the way. That last shot from Damien Cook, it never came down from the tree.
I've lost a few balls in those day palms.
There we go. Staines with it. I'm calling cap on that with Brandy. I don't think there's any proof of that. Burgess took it on their toe. We've had some very interesting kicks today. No suggestion of falling onto the ball there and a kick, and the Tigers get it back.
Set restart.
Silver. Hello. Caesar and Walker go at it there briefly. Not quite Origin-like.
But Cody's done a good job to keep his calm over the last 6 weeks. He doesn't want to lose it now. In a game, they need to win.
Bateman, nice run. John Bateman, Tigers. Nice chance of this second half. Caesar with it. Galvin, nice hit. Fight him. Slinging tackle there, Damien Cook. 20 away from the line. Galvin steadies up. He backs himself. He offloads to Buller. Cook does it again. Shuts down the play. 4 tackles up, Tigers. De Silva and Dewey. He's been a tackle buster today. Fend off Gray. 3 make the tackle. Last it is for the Tigers. De Silva away for Caesar. Wider ball. Galvin kept alive. Fatape. The Tigers on their way again. Charlie Staines scores in the corner. The Tigers with tries either side of half-time. They are not going to go away today.
I thought they might have been one man short out the back, and I was hoping Dream Buller was sweeping around the outside, but it was the length of the pass there from Aiden Caesar. Threw it out in front of Lockie Galvin. He had to make some ground to catch the ball, but it got him on the outside. And Staines put that right hand down as he's diving.
The landing gear may have come down here, Brady.
The ball got him outside Tane Milne. That was a terrific ball there from Aiden Caesar. Well, and then Lockie Galvin did a good job. Fatape, catch and pass. Only just. I'm going to say he scored the try.
Yeah.
Surely it'll come up. But boy, he was close to getting that other hand down.
He launched the dive early and put himself in air. Charlie Staines suddenly getting among the tries. He's got 6 for the year. And the Tigers with a kick from the sideline.
They're not going anywhere, the Tigers.
For 24. A winning score today might be 40.
You can just see it in the bunnies that they're happy to score more points than the Tigers. I don't think they mind what it gets to, but they'll just back themselves in a race to the end.
Lock me in for more than 36 required to win this today. We might be searching the record books for highest losing scores. Caesar, sideline. Here it goes. Left footer. Aiden Caesar.
Away.
Just away to the side. He thought he had it for a long way there. 24-22. Rabbitohs over the Tigers. It's the line break count now. It is 9 for the match. What about our special on Mal Meninga Monday night on Fox League? 2-part feature. The 13th Immortal returns to his ancestral home in Vanuatu and reflects on his amazing career in the game. Part 1 is 7:30 following NRL 360 on Monday night. We are proud to have Mal as part of our Fox League team. Tigers getting the ball there. Interesting news out of England overnight. Brandy Sam Tompkins is coming out of the commentary box to make a comeback for Catalans. Anyone on the Fox League commentary? Brandy, are you coming back? He was retired and he's coming out of retirement.
Well, there we go.
Oh no, the Tigers.
These are the things that the Tigers have been, well, it's cruelled them all season. Errors, ill-discipline. This one, the skipper, John Bateman, makes an error from the kick-off set.
It's not one of the kids, is it? It's John Bateman. arguably their most experienced in the way the ball rolls. Well, this will hurt big time, won't it? If Cody Walker and Jack White and conjure up something straight from the scrum.
Peter, in the scrum.
Mazelis told to put his head in the scrum. He was looking up at Cody.
Break.
And again, they come away from their main men. Gray will take the dash at them. Just couldn't squeeze a pass out there to Gagai. And Gagai on the bounce to Cook. It's twice they've had a scrum inside the Tigers' half, an attacking zone, and gone away from Walker and Whiten. Now Kaloamatangi. 3 metres away from the line. They're up by 2. They try the crash play with Duncan. And Tigers equal to the task for the moment on play 4. Not much offered this set. Kaloamatangi, Walker. They come back infield with G-Cam.
That's last play.
And this is one of the least adventurous sets by a Rabbitohs attack that you can imagine inside their opposition 20. With it is Walker. They may still get a result. Cook was weaving. Was he tackled? No, the call. Well, the Tigers hang on, but I reckon it's more South Sydney, not so enterprising. Well done, Tigers defence, but I think they'd be surprised South Sydney asked very few questions.
Yeah, didn't get a lot thrown at them, did they, the Tigers defence? Now South Sydney jumped the gun. Cook out the back of
Damien, all you got to do is get square, Damien. You chose not to.
Sir.
Way you go.
Sir.
It's a 10-metre, Cody.
And quickly play on the Tigers while Cody's still trying to say something to the ref.
Yeah, he explained himself, White Raymond, and just said, on we go. He's still in the rookie phase of refereeing. His 6th NRL game today for White Raymond. Tigers 15 metres inside their own half. Caesar lined up right. They couldn't get it one more pass out there. Good tackle by Mamazelis on Latu Fainu. Now Caesar. On it comes for Sione Fainu. So they've got all 3 out there. And I reckon Benji was conscious of that. That it'd be a nice moment to have all 3 boys out there. It's sort of Burgess areas, isn't it? Here today. Bateman with the ball. First time that the Fainu brothers have played in the same NRL game. Sees it at Galvin. Lovely hands. Samuela Fainu. Buller does the same. Dewey's with the ball. Flick pass back. And the Rabbitohs able to get to the scraps with Walker.
Laulili didn't realise that once Dewey took on the sideline to drop back up on the inside, he stayed on the outside. He was outside the field of play. The flick pass from Dewey went back in field, but Laulili wasn't there.
So South Sydney with the ball, and Saliva Havili's being thrown into the game. As I mentioned earlier, he's missed 4 matches, calf injury, and he's ready to go. Here he is, Saliva Havili. To Caesar and Twal. But the Tigers again, another chance. There is more points in them. Kaloamatangi with the ball. Knights and Broncos next up on Super Saturday. Storm and Roosters game of the round tonight. All exclusive to Fox League. High ball down to the corner of Charlie Staines. Doesn't pass. Staines a chance to show us his speed. Can he get past Gray? No, he can't. Still a good return of some 50 metres from Charlie Staines.
Lots of hands up out on the left here.
Now the shift. Galvin kept alive. Set restart Tigers. Bullet to Dewey. Dewey comes back in field. Straightens. Adam Dewey has been a threat every time he's touched the ball today. 12. Did he get a 3rd career try today? He's through the tackle of Duncan. Alex has got a sidestep. He's 12 away, who knew? Now the ball with De Silva to Fainu, that was Latu. And his brother, Sione, almost getting to the line. De Silva now, back for Caesar. Tigers could get the lead again. Latu Fainu. Tackled by Havili and Burgess. 4 tackles, Tigers. De Silva, Galvin, Dewey, and straightens. He's 3 metres away. Burgess, Kaloamatangi, the defenders. De Silva, Rabbitohs, he's got the kick. Deflection, played it. Tigers, 7-6 again. Sione final!
Oh, he's got it.
Crashes over the line. So his brother Latu kicks, deflection, and Sione scores.
They look good, that set, the Tigers. Asked plenty of questions. Dewey, Latu Fainu, Lockie Galvin continually going at this Bunnies defence, which is nowhere near as good as what it has been over the last 6 weeks, or certainly through those run of 5 wins. Charlie Staines, the kick return, and off the back of it, they get to this position. Latu Fainu, grubber, comes off Jack Whiten. Wildas played at, but Sione, Latu's brother, picks it up. Big fend on Kaloamatangi. Get out of the road and then gets himself to the try line.
Nice place to score it.
Has some work to do to get the ball down. There was plenty of bunnies there. Havili coming late, couldn't get involved. And just gets there.
Second career try. Tigers fans, what about the ride you're having this afternoon? A team that was smashed last week by Cronulla. Obliterated. Scoring only 1 try late. Only 1 try in the match, and Cronulla just went on with the job. Now they're in front. It's going to be 28-24 with a stack of time left.
Oh, there's a amount left. I think you're not far off, Ross. Here's Aiden Caesar puts it through to make it 28-24. Yeah, high 30s. Mid-30s mightn't win you the game.
No. Bottom of the table, the West Tigers.
Watch this fend. Boom, right into the chest of Kaloamatangi from Sione Fainu. Only 7 games for Sione. Latu, who passed the ball, he's 4 games into his NRL career.
So, restart of play. Charlie Staines suddenly having a good afternoon too for the Tigers. Certainly a good second half. Highest scoring match of the year was the Anzac Day game. 78 points scored. Roosters and Dragons were at 52 with 23 and a half to go.
Oh, they did it again. They
Tigers.
Well, it was John Bateman, the previous kick-off set, and now it's Dream Buller. The offload from John Bateman came to him pretty quick and high, and he just couldn't handle it, Dream Buller.
It's hard being a Tigers fan, isn't it? You're up and down. We saw that story that Phil Lockfield had in the Telegraph recently about Anthony Seibold's heart rate. Could we do it on a Tigers fan? Perhaps as well, just to make a comparison. They're riding it today. Again from the scrum, they go away from Walker and White. I can't believe that. That's 3 from 3. 20 away from the Tigers line. Kepi is back on, takes this run. Well, the way it's gone this day, you reckon South will reclaim the lead within a minute. Havili is with the ball. Havili is right underneath the crossbar. Amazilis there. Left side, Wyden, look out, Gray with it, left foot, just hanging on in the tackle. Terrible play the ball, play on, Wyden, Amazilis, the Rabbitohs, again back in front of the Tigers posts. And play number 5. Now back from Havili to Walker, left foot kick, Galvin's got it covered, then loses the ball, Galvin lost it, and Walker just falls on it, just puts a hand on the ball.
But no try, Matty, coming in to tackle 1, just confirm it's grounded by Tigers.
Okay, well, because the tackle wasn't completed on Lockie Galvin. Loses the ball, looks like he was going to keep it in the field of play, then got dragged back into the in-goal area.
Kick chasing from South, Talis Duncan is onside. We're playing on this stage.
Cleaned up by Lockie Galvin. He thought about giving it to Dream Buller there momentarily, because he knew he was going backwards.
Lachlan Galvin takes possession of the ball cleanly.
It's going to be pretty close, Brady.
Now he gets down, and then Cody comes over, knocks the ball free.
Cody Walker's just making a tackle and the ball goes backwards for the Tigers, and then the Tigers ground the ball in the in goal.
No dramas. No dramas at all there.
We have a decision.
Heart rate went up.
Big spike.
Yes. Big spike, exactly. Well, they don't get the flat line. That's all they're worried about in this game.
Goal line drop.
Goal line dropout is the call here. So, Dewey had one in the first half, and he went a little too deep.
Yeah, he's got the breeze behind him. It's going to be hard to...
Comes up again, goes straight down the middle. And it's a good one with backspin. Beautiful stuff.
Why didn't anyone catch that on the full? Does anyone know? Can you answer that?
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Well, South Sydney's coaching staff are asking the same question. Yeah. Why didn't someone catch it?
This is a bit of soundproof glass, and Brandy could hear Ben Hornby shouting. Tigers with anything can happen here. Well, look at Ben. Look at Ben.
Spike.
How would you be, Coach?
Yeah, rocking it.
The ball was pin high. Reminder,
it was a good kick.
Fox Sports with
a great kick.
Open Championship third round coverage this afternoon and tonight. So watch Super Saturday, then don't go to bed, watch the golf all night. Back to Galvin kicking from halfway. Got the supercars as well. We're all over it on Fox Sports. Johnston, a good catch. He's already got 2 tries today, Alex Johnston. Coming off a hat-trick at the most recent meeting between the clubs. 21 to go, just under. Line break count is 11. Tigers have edged ahead in that department. Do I want to look at the missed tackle count? It's 57 combined with 20 to go. Cheekham on the run for South Sydney. They've used all their bench players. Likewise, the Tigers have done the same today. Big young Jordan Miller out there. This kick downfield. Buller's on the run back. Won't be easy, but he makes it look easy. So he's with the ball. Buller. Oh, no! Rabbitohs come up with the ball. Cook offloads. They'll score, Walker. A terrible moment for young Luke Laulali'i. Seriously, the wheel is spinning again at Gosford. And the Rabbitohs come up with a prize.
Just when you thought the Tigers might be past their error-ridden little moments that they've had off kick returns and kick offsets, Jareem Buller notices there's a bit of space on the outside. Through the pass, probably a little early, probably earlier than Laulali'i thought he was going to get the ball, but still, it was there to be caught. He didn't catch it. The bounce couldn't have been better for South Sydney. He had his eyes on the ball. There's no taking away from the fact that it should have been taken. Damien Cook swooped on it. Cody Walker just wrong foots Adam Dewey as the ball's in the air. And, yeah, just, he must think, my God, what, like, how? Why does that happen?
Well, what wins from here? You know, imagine if they played for 200 minutes. The scoreline would end up 150 to 130 between these two clubs. By the way, just for the record, we're locking this one early. The highest score by a losing side is 36. Now, that's been done 4 times. Who'll ever forget the Hunter Mariners in 97 against Canterbury. And since then, the Bulldogs have done it. The Knights have done it. Melbourne did it against the Gold Coast. At the moment, we've got the Rabbitohs back in front. Matty Russell looking to a crystal ball. What's going to happen from here?
We're going to get more tries. The crowd here of 16,284, at least getting value for money in terms of points scored this afternoon. You look at these two teams this year. The Rabbitohs giving up 28 points per game. The Tigers giving up 29 points per game. They're bottom 3 in the league defensively. You look at the scoreboard with 18 minutes to play. How high do we go today for the winning total?
Well, they're entertained, the crowd, but look, no South Sydney fans feel safe. And obviously Tigers disgruntled now, but the trend of the match would suggest they'll probably get the next try. Kepi to bring it back
Well,
for the Rabbits.
South with a 4-point lead. Can they put something together? Can they put a good set together, get a kick on the back of it, and force the Tigers to come out of their own end? That would be the plan.
It's worth pointing out, the Rabbitohs completion rate is still 30 of 31. Like they're at 97%, the Bunnies. Matangi, good run. He left Caesar in his wake there. That's a 20-metre carry for Kaloa Matangi, 17th of the day. The Rabbitohs a big march on this set. Kepi followed up.
That is exactly what they needed.
Wild's kick there was just bizarre. Oh, they get a penalty out of it though for the charging.
It makes contact on the kicker's leg.
Contact with kicker's leg. The Tigers back rower.
See, Jack White not in a great position to kick that ball. The pass too wide. That's why he was, came through. You're better off if you're going to make contact. You've got to make full body contact, not contact with the leg. Tackle him like it's like with his shoulder.
Cook one of the two, but no. South stay on the attack, leading by 2. The 12 away from the line. Havili running it. This is a big set for both teams here. There's 17 to go. And Marvin Zellis hasn't scored this year. He goes close on that occasion. Rabbitohs right on the line. Slow play the ball. In fact, what a penalty. It's almost professional foul stuff.
Or do they take the kick and go to 6, or do they, like they did earlier in this half, or do they just hold the ball now and run and try?
How's your maths? Ready?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yes, boy. How are my eyes?
I just got a text from your old maths teacher. 9 years in high school for Brandy. Marvin Zellis, Kaloa Matangi. He's 2 metres away. We're solid here. We never give each other up. Marvin Zellis at dummy half. Surely Walker puts his stamp on it in the moment. Havili burrows through one. Then it was Caesar who fell off in defence. Rabbitohs on the line. Marvin Zellis has gone over. He's got his first for the year. Last week could have been rewritten. So from right in front, that'd be
Because
perfect
he
there.
has struck everyone
Yeah.
spot on. Only just shaded the upright in his first kick, Bossy, but hasn't missed since.
36-28. Next up, exclusive to Fox League. How good's this? Adam Reynolds is back. Reece Walsh is backing up from Origin. That's just 2 of the stars on show tonight at the Newcastle Cauldron sold out.
Reece Walsh v. Kalen Ponga.
Oh, how good. How good. And then, and that's, it's
a must-win for both.
But it's a double main course. We go into Melbourne v Roosters tonight.
3v4. 2v3, 1v3.
Now, Dewey down the centre. Tigers need next points, but they've done that all day. I mean, they trailed early here 10-0 and have come back to lead twice in the game. So
you're not discounting a Tigers comeback. If they get a bit of possession, that's all they need. They've had a lot of ball the last 10 minutes, South Sydney.
look at the game stopped here. They just review some of these sets after points, the poor old Tigers. Whiten with it. Got a ball out in front, made the most of it. And I think he got an injury there. Is it De Silva down?
No, I think it's... Yeah, it is.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Jack White.
He's had a brilliant afternoon. Left behind on the tackle. I mean, he had a 10 minutes from heaven in the first half. Oh, wow. Oh, that's the point of the elbow. Yeah. Right in the mush. He's been split open. I mean, Talon De Silva's time split open after that. That could have been anything. What have the Tigers got here? Of course, they have Latu finding playing today. Twirl's up on his feet on the bench. So, is that a double? Did Bateman cop the back of the elbow of Whiten?
I think he
did. And Bateman's elbow hit De Silva.
Yeah, that's how it happened.
De Silva will come off here. Bateman, for the moment, stays on. Twirl is the player sent into battle. I know Robbie Farah's leaving the Tigers, but it seemed to me there's no question there's a bit of Robbie Farah in Talon De Silva the way he's played today, which is high praise.
He was very good, wasn't he, in that period where they levelled up and went past the Bunnies in the first half.
Galvin on the puller. They need to score next, the Tigers, and then get us in towards record-breaking territory. Galvin, Fanua on that run. They're 35 away from the Rabbitohs line. Now Caesar, and then Galvin, Buller, just batted it on, and Fa'atape loses the ball, and the Rabbitohs are high-fiving. Completion rates now, a contrast.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? And just the extra possession, and that's all it's been. The extra possession that South have had, they've made it count. They've scored tries when they've dominated possession. The Tigers just haven't had the amount of ball that South have had.
We've got the error count at 12-5 to the Tigers, Brendan. 12-5. In a game where there's been a dozen line breaks, 6 apiece. But 8 points the difference. Rabbitohs from a scrum win 30 away from their own line. Milne almost got away from Fa'atape there. Now Cheekham, 12.5 minutes to go. Well, if South Sydney do score next, it's going to take a record-breaking effort for the Tigers to chase them down. Duncan on that carry. It's his 11th of the day. He's had 4 tackle busts as well. Tell us, Duncan. Ball with Kaloa Matangi. Off for Havili. Now they're 15 inside the Tigers' half. Marzellis, right side Walker, inside Gray, read by Caesar. Good tackle. Last play for the Rabbits. Gray's been hurt, has he? Yeah, he is really flinching now. This looks painful for the young fullback, Jai Gray. He doesn't want a stoppage in play here. That's hip drop. Wow. That's hip drop areas there. Aidan Caesar. Did his feet leave the ground for a moment? Aidan Caesar. They did. This is the Tigers, the most sin-binned club. What was it last week? It's our 14th of the year.
Yep.
We've had the referees with them this week. I think they're going to be down to 12 in a moment. Bunker man today is Matt Noyen.
Yeah, feet left the ground. He landed on the back of his ankle.
John! Aidan.
All right, here we go. He knows it's fate. Aidan sees his head went down.
Come on, John. Captain, John Bateman.
They've just lost their hooker, Talon De Silva.
So it's dangerous contact on the back of the legs. He comes down with weight with a risk of injury. Okay, so he's in the bin.
There we go. Adamses has gone to the bin. 13 on 12. The Tigers.
Right.
Sadly, the sin bin kicks. It's going to take something special. They're down by 8.
Cody.
Raise up.
Yeah, he's still the trainer.
Cody. Cody.
Burgess is the man up on the sideline. Big fullback. So Souths will take a tap from 30 metres out. Kaloamatangi, the run. Now this is the biggest set of the game right now. That penalty count, 7-1 to the Bunnies. Set restarts 4-3. That's a little lopsided. 8 minutes away from the line. They're going Johnston's way. Walker to Whiten. Shot to Milne. Milne. That's great defence. Tigers aim up. Milne may still be claiming it. The way he went
Coming in to
or
tackle
jumped
3-9.
up to his feet.
No try. Just review in the touch, and if he hasn't, and he grounds the ball in the touch and goal
Well,
line.
he does get the ball to ground, but I think he's across the sideline, and I think the ball was put down on the line. Feeder out
flick.
there.
There we go.
Feeder gone.
Tane's Mill's foot touches the touch line and he's out. We have a decision.
So it's in the field of play.
Yes.
He went over the sideline.
Yep.
What follows that doesn't matter. That's good spirit,
Play the ball.
Tigers. Stay in the contest. Possession is king when you're down a man.
Square up.
So Rabbitohs lose the ball or turn it over.
Go, no tackles.
Well, the Tigers have that long-range try before
Peter,
half-time
clear
shows
ground.
what they've got. But can they do it again? One man short. 25 away from their own line on play 2. Dewey's the man who went into dummy half there. Defence rushed up. Whiten came up with nothing. And
Faidu,
got away.
almost gets him behind the Bunnies.
So Dewey has taken over the dummy half roll here. And he's looking like a man who wants to run. He caught Duncan offside. Set restart Tigers. Dewey steps up as a number 9. As if he's been itching to get closer to the action. Passing now, Faidu and Galvin. Oh, Bateman, was he caught high there? Knows the call. Tackle made by Kepi. Bateman stays down now. Bateman finally to his feet. Tigers with Galvin. The young fella flicks a pass out the back. Utoi Kamanu. An offload again. Galvin with it. Stays alive. Tigers, Faidu. That's Samuela with it. He's 15 from the line. This is with 12 men. The Tigers at 36 to 28. They are having a crack. Fanuabule with it. Keeps the legs moving. Last tackle, Tigers, and I don't know about that. Oh, the young fella, Lamali'i, goes dummy half run on the last Brandy.
Big set, all set out to the right, the Tigers players. Dream Buller out the back. There was Lockie Galvin waiting for the pass. Laulili goes himself down the short side. He ran into 7 South Sydney players.
Yes,
They were everywhere.
he went off the script, he went rogue there. Young Luke. Rabbitohs with the ball. 9.5 to go. I'm somewhat disappointed that we're not 13 on 13. I wanted to see where this finished, but the Rabbitohs could carve them up here. And really it is in the hands of Walker and Whiten if that's to be the case. Outside their 30, Kaloamatangi. Walker has had a relatively quiet afternoon. He has scored 2 tries, but you wouldn't say he's been in blinding set-up attacking form. White now just goes centre-field bolt. It'll come down 35 metres out. No one wanted to touch it the first time. I almost let it bounce a second time. Buller with it for the Tigers. So here's Gal. Oh, no. Laulili has lost the ball again. And the Rabbitohs come up with it. The 200 gamer for the Bunnies is away. Damien Cook. Tackle just a couple of metres short of the line. So 0 tackle applied. Walker to Kaloa Mataki. They can set it up here, the Rabbits. With a one-man advantage. 8 minutes to go. Amazelis. Kepi. Whiten. With it is Gray. Doesn't pass at the outside to Johnston. Still got over. The young fullback, Jai Gray. Bounced up and over. And for the young Tigers winger, Luke Laulali'i, it's been a tough 90 seconds or so.
I know they've played without possession compared to what the Bunnies have had, but the mistakes at this end of the field, off kick-offs, off kick returns, this is why the Tigers are losing 40-28. They're good enough to score tries, but they give teams field position and allow them to put pressure on. And Jai Gray has looked threatening. Jai Gray looks threatening every time he touches the ball. He just looks that quick. But they've been able to handle him so far this afternoon, except for then. Footwork beats Fatape, cuts back on the inside nicely, and then just enough strength to get over the line, despite Latu Fainu being there.
Good strength, good strength.
He does look dangerous every time he touches it, doesn't he? Like, he looks that quick, but they've been able to wrap him up. They've done a pretty good job on him because he'd be a handful so quick.
6th game, 4 tries. Jai Gray, 4 tackle busts today. We saw a little glimpse of Reggie Rabbit. He's a marvel too, the man in the suit. He's 80, Charlie, inside the suit. Sorry, kids, I'm spoiling it. There's a human inside the suit. But he's a marvel. He seriously is. The bag that he carries the suit in is bigger than him. Here goes Cook again. You back at him? Is he in? He's in.
He's in.
Here you go. What's Cook and Damien? He launches it. He launches it. Damien Cook. He's Thurston. He's El Masri. He's Halligan. All rolled into one. And who knew? None of us.
None of us.
There we go.
Not even Cookie.
No.
He didn't even know it.
It was iPhone 7 was released the last time he took a shot at goal. What are we up to? 16? NRLW, we launched the season Thursday night. Standalone Thursday night rugby league here on Fox. Knights and Roosters, our coverage will begin at 7. Fox League, the only place you will see every game of the 2024 NRLW season. Live and ad break, 3 during play. Tigers get the ball back from the kickoff at 42-28 with 6 to go. So now we're up to 70 points scored today. Dewey, well, I'm certainly sure there's not going to be this many points in Storm Roosters. Broncos Knights might have some points in it. Not a good pass on the bounce. Galvin is with it. Galvin keeps it alive. Dewey back now. Tries a fend on Dallas Duncan. Can't get through him. No Tiger has run for more metres today than Adam Dewey. Fainu and Galvin across field. Straight runner. Whiten was ready. That was a good ball and all tackle there. Last tackle, Tigers need to score right here, right now. Galvin's kick, they're in the vicinity. It came off the back, he's offside. It came off the back.
Tigers into offside.
Yes.
Into a South player, and then Cody touches it offside.
They get another chance, Andrew.
Correct, but the last touch is off South.
Challenge. Challenge. So
Captain's challenge.
to see if there's a knock on in there
Matty,
somewhere.
I've ruled backwards off Tigers into a South player, then Cody picks it up offside. That's what Souths are challenging.
And just to point out, it's not an accidental offside, even though it came off the back of the play. The fact that Walker caught it, even had a contact.
The kick chase from the Tigers is deemed as onside. Adam Dewey hits the ball backwards. It then comes off Damien Cook's shoulder. And then Cody Walker takes possession of the ball in an offside position. The challenge from South is unsuccessful.
All right, Tigers, can they?
Now,
you know,
they probably can't even wait until the 6th tackle. They need to score this during the set.
So Twyla's with it for the Tigers. They're down to 12 men. They will be so until the last 90 seconds or so of the game. Galvin now across to Bateman, stopped in his tracks again. Whiten the man there. Still somewhat of a chance for points. I don't know about 14 of them or more than the 2 tries required at 42-28. Dewey left. Fauna is almost away. Caught around the legs by Kaloa Matangi. From Dewey to Galvin. He tries a kick. It bounced down off Marmazelis. It was never getting through a red and green wall there.
No, it was just a sign of desperation from Lockie Galvin there. It was the kick was never on. He never opened up any space for him to get the ball through. They hit and hope.
We have a good slab of time to preview Broncos and Knights. That is next up on Super Saturday, and then Melbourne and the Roosters tonight. Ahead of and locked in, Nathan Cleary returning tomorrow for Penrith against the Dolphins. That's our 2 o'clock game. Cook is with it. Lovely step from Damien Cook. Shane Flanagan's watching this saying, I don't know where I'm going to play this kid next year. Now Walker kicks, left footer. And Buller is with it for the Tigers. Oh, he goes long and high. Staines now caught in the tackle. 3.5 to go at 42-28. The Rabbitohs get home from here. Their finals chances remain alive, and they will get home from here with that sort of play from the Tigers. Their completion rate has gone south, and Rabbitohs still completing above 90%.
Yeah, incredible what South Sydney have been able to do in terms of controlling the ball. I guess scoreboard pressure does it to just the impossible there from Jareen Buller. Creates desperation.
By the way, next week playing Canberra. That's a pretty good game. Sunday week. It's a night game down in Canberra. Raiders and Rabbitohs. Tigers will kick off the round on Friday night, the NRL round, that is, at a sold-out Go Media Stadium in Auckland. It's a sellout again for the Warriors. And, of course, NRLW Thursday night. Knights and Roosters. Rabbitohs make a mistake, and they've got no challenge left now. So Tigers will get possession just over 2 on the clock. But he thinks 32-34 is as high as they could go now. Fell after playing it.
The first thing he does is lunge forward. Heads in.
Not as impressive, though, Souths, as what they were when they were stringing together the 5 wins.
Oh, no, completely different performance, Vossi. But the longer they go, the longer they can win, the closer they come to getting Latrell Mitchell back. Cam Murray only misses another week next week, so the assignment today was to get the 2 points. It doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah.
Worry about that next week, but they will need to be better again. They'll need to improve on what they've done today if they're going to win next week.
Yeah, and I know we had a bit of fun with Damien Cook, but that's eased the problem for them, knowing that he's up to the task. Buller almost taken over the sideline there by Cook. He's had a very busy game, Damien Cook, in this milestone match. They've got him down for 26 tackles. He's got the 7 goals. He's had 9 runs for 125 metres. Try would probably ice the cake, wouldn't it? Last play here, a minute to go.
All on his 200 for Souths.
Now Galvin, probably the time they did a chip over the top. Tape goes the low kick, and well fielded. Pass moving forward, play on's the call. Back from De Silva, and then Milne.
Surrender!
Comes from somewhere near the grassy knoll to come up with that ball. No one saw him. And the Rabbitohs have possession, 15 inside their own half, and well, they can put the cue in the rack. In fact, they're already standing up. They're packing up the gear in the South Sydney coaches box. Their job is done. It's 2 points in the bank again for the Ben Hornby coached Rabbitohs. That will take them up to 20 points now. Of can figure no closer than 3 out of the 8 come the end of this round. Ball across to Cook. He's not getting away from Dewey. He's lost the ball. Galvin's come up with it. Tigers have it. Cook is chasing. Galvin's kick filled by Gagai. The Rabbitohs with it for the last play of the game. And South Sydney's season remains alive. Ben Hornby is a winner again. And sadly, Tigers remain bottom of the ladder. 4 straight weeks conceding 40 points or more is a fair reflection of where they are after 20 rounds. Full time at Gosford, big crowd. South Sydney 42, the West Tigers 28.